Okay, made it to Mercedes-Benz World. We're about to go inside and help the DVLA auction off the MCL 720S number plate. But before we do that, I wanted to run you by some recent examples of plates that have sold, just to give you an idea and some context of just what ridiculous prices and fascinating cars these things end up on. So I have 9 number plates in my hand here, which I've just tallied up to be the total of £1.5 million. So let's break them down and see what they are. So 918S, 918 Spider for the latest Porsche hypercar. That recently went for £66,000, sir. One SUV, great if you're really into your 4x4s, £44,000. Sing, £254,000. I mean, what? Unbelievable. What? 1D. I'm gonna take a guess. So generally, if you're not from the UK, the general rule is the less characters, the more expensive they are. And even more significantly is if it begins with a 1. So 1 plates tend to go crazy. So I'm gonna, based on Sing, I'm gonna go for a similar. Well, just go for 250 grand, maybe. £354,000. 354 grand. I'd love to know what that went on. Anyway, Krishna. I mean, what was Sing earlier? I mean, let's go again. Another 200 grand. 180,000. Bargain, that one. MCL 650S. Now this is fascinating because this is very similar to the 720S plate we're about to put through the auction. I think I know this one went for around about 16-ish. So that's 12,500. That's before fees. So that was a 16 grand plate. 458S, particularly interesting to me because I have a 458 Speciale, but that of course could also apply to a 458 Spider. So I'm trying to think what I would pay for that. Someone offered that to me. I don't know. I'd max 20 grand maybe. 79 grand. 650S, McLaren 650S. Obviously on this one they've dropped the MCL. As I mentioned, less characters the better. So I hazard 35 grand? 31. And that might be before fees, so it's probably a 38er or something like that. And the Mac Daddy 250. I mean, there's only one place that's going. It's going to end up on a 250 GTO or a short wheelbase, or someone really likes the number 250. I'm going home. £518,000. Around the world, and I've seen some fantastic car displays. I came here about 4 years ago to Mercedes-Benz World, and they had behind me the exploded F1 car, which I thought no one in their right mind is ever going to pull down, because to suspend all of these components from, I'm not sure if it's fishing line or what, but they've perfectly exploded and deconstructed an F1 car and suspended all of the components in line with each other. It looks photoshopped. It's unbelievable. To stand here and say, listen, I implore you, if you've never been to Mercedes-Benz World, you have to come here, even if it's just for this. I am mesmerized by it. I came here, as I mentioned, 4 years ago. It was only brief and I didn't have quite enough time to stop and check it out. But now I'm here with some time. Just taking in these components is mind-boggling. It's such an amazing feature. All right, made it into Mercedes-Benz World. Before we head over to the auction, let's go check out some of the cool cars that they've got here. So this Lambo plate just started off with a reserve of just £300. Just shows you never know. You never know what will happen with this plate. I mean, obviously it's applicable for a Lambo owner. Stalled at 11 a minute ago. It's on 12,100 now. £12,100. What's that? Probably a 14 grand plate. Yeah. So with fees, about a 14 grand plate. Something that had a reserve of £300. It's mad. You just never know where it's going to go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to 669. Before we offer 669, we have James, aka Mr. JWW, one of the UK's leading automotive vloggers. Us experts who talk about the industry on YouTube. So he's doing a piece on DVLA sales, so we'll be able to view his YouTube channel on Mr. JWW and enjoy.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. This, for me anyway, is at least the star plate of the day. If you want to turn to page 8 and 9, this is MCL 720S, which is very significant because McLaren this year have just launched their latest supercar, and this plate is the best one I've seen so far to reflect that. It's not a limited edition car, so there's going to be plenty of people buying these models. It's going to be produced over the next 3 to 4 years, so hopefully plenty of scope for someone to get their hands on the perfect plate. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to these guys. Happy bidding.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're on. This is the plate we've all been waiting for. MCL 720S, reserve starting at a mere £250. We're already up to 9,000. It'll be fascinating to see where this plate ends up. Of course, we've got people bidding all around the world here. We've got over the phone, online, in the room. And I think we also have people who've sort of submitted what their bid will be via post, really. 10,400.
10.4 is in the room. At 10,004, 11.4.
11.4. Don't forget that the MCL 650S went for, I think it was 16,000. We're 3 years on from that plate, and the McLaren as a brand as well has also evolved a lot since then. It'll be interesting. 14,000. Before fees as well.
15.2 is online. At 15.2. 15.2, 15.2, 16.2. 16.2, 16.2. At 16.2.
Wow, that's just took a 1,000 jump. It's like 17.2. 18.2. It's going. Really going.
19,000 should about at 19.2. 19.2, you can keep it going if you like.
And don't forget, even if bidders are abroad and they're going to own a 720S in England,
That's the highest seller. That's the highest seller now.
highest selling plate.
For this sale.
We've already made the highest selling plate for this sale so far. It's awesome. Good job I didn't start bidding, really, isn't it?
For the first. At £20,200 and selling for the second. At £20,200 and sold. At £20,200 online to 8163.
£20,200. Congratulations to whoever's just bought that. Fantastic plate for fantastic car. So, epic news. Just as I was walking out the door, I got an invite to have a passenger ride in the AMG driving experience to witness some many sideways actions. After all, going sideways is the forte of an AMG. However, it's made me think that I'm going to come back here and do a proper video on the setup that these guys have here. Mercedes-Benz World have a full-on skid pan where you can learn to drift, and also their own private circuit. So there is a high requirement for me to come back here and check this out.
So all we're doing here is getting all these settings. I've put in Sport Plus, manual, ESP off.
Okay.
Pretty slippery surface.
Yes.
You would have been doing it on a dry surface in Italy, but just a little bit of gas.
It is that slippery, hey? I mean, really slippery.
Really slippy.
Awesome.
And just what your guys were, Elliot and all the rest of them were doing in Italy, but it would have been at higher speed.
It was, yeah.
And what we've got here, James, think of this big roundabout. Three concentric circles. We're in the middle circle. The inner circle and the outer circle have both got good grip.
Okay.
The road's soaking wet, but if we went on, I'll just let the car deliberately get on.
straight away.
Gripping up.
Immediate traction. Immediate
traction.
Right.
Now we do displays out here weekends on the inner circle. The drift speed is considerably higher than what we're doing at the moment.
Sure.
But just trying to, if we had any modicum of grip out here,
Yeah.
we'd be picking cars out of the gravel all day long.
I'm sure you would. Yeah.
For anybody who wants to get involved doing this,
Yeah.
the trick is looking where you want the car to go. And our reference point, it's difficult to see, but we've got this white line. That's a surface joint actually. And if we imagine that's a 3-inch high curve, the car's steering more than I want it to, or we don't want our wheels to hit it, so you introduce more steering.
Sure. So would you say this is a good starting point for someone who wants to learn to drift, or just sort of?
Definitely, no question.
Yeah. This car's got some grip, hasn't it?
It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Four-door, 4-seater saloon car.
It's got some real grip. It's funny because, you know, AMGs are famous for being very good at going sideways. You don't always associate them with handling as well as this, but this is amazing.
It's its complete package. It's the AMG philosophy is you don't just put a big engine on the car and see what happens. From inception, from the drawing board, there's going to be an AMG version of most of the range. So it's powertrain, drivetrain, gearbox, suspension, brakes.
I'm impressed with this.
The whole thing.
I'm really impressed with this. It's fabulous. What kind of are we on? Something sticky? The tires or these?
They are Continentals. All of our cars here are on Continentals.
Right.
They're road tyres. They're Contact Sport. Probably Contact Sport 6, I think, on this. So you could go to your local tyre supplier and
just buy these off the shelf, as it were.
Yeah.
Crikey, they're brilliant. Wow. I mean, we haven't got an ounce of tyre squeal here, and I mean, I'm not sure how well this is coming through on camera, but believe me, we are going through these corners. I mean, I can start to feel that the tyres are starting to marble slightly, aren't they?
You can
But
see
you would expect it. I mean, we are absolutely on it here. Wow. This is great. Really impressed with this. Crikey. Brakes as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how's the brake pedal feel for you? I mean, have you got much fade, or are you
no,
all right?
not at all. No, not at all. And bear in mind, these things are doing this
Day in, day
7 days a week, 52 weeks in the year. They don't get any downtime.
Wow.
They're thoroughly checked every day.
I'm sure, yeah.
But the durability of them
Was
is
that our
astonishing.
third lap? Was that?
Yeah,
Fourth lap?
Yeah, third or fourth.
And we haven't slowed up yet. We're still on it. We're still very much on it here. Seems to be. How's turning? How's front end? All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that great? Wow. I'm impressed with that. That's very, very cool. Wow. I'm gonna put you forwards on this one.
There we are.
There we are.
Is
Fantastic.
that sufficient, or?
It's fun. Yeah, that's brilliant. Coincidentally, I've got. I'm going to an AMG event at Silverstone.
Fantastic.
This has been a really nice intro. In fact, if anything, I'm looking forward to it even more now, having experienced that. So
Good stuff.
Thanks very much.
My pleasure.
Here's our tyres. I mean, really, okay, you can see, treads are starting to pinch, and we've got some ridges here. But honestly, what we were doing just then was nothing short of 10/10ths, actually. So I'm really impressed for a road tyre that you can just buy off the shelf, stick it on your AMG. Yeah, very cool, great experience. And as I mentioned in the car, I've got an AMG experience coming up soon where I'm going to be able to get into some more AMGs at Silverstone. But that's it for the day. I'm now taking myself to Heathrow Airport because tomorrow I'm off to Barcelona to test drive a new convertible supercar. So tune in soon for that. As always, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Ciao.